speaking of his house, some of you might know his house without realizing it. I lived in the Germantown area for a few years, and when my kids were little, and we used to go up to Valley Green and go down that winding path to where the Wissahickon is. It's a great bicycle or walking path on the way right to where the Valley Green Tavern is. Bell's Mill, yeah. And when you're almost to the parking area, almost to the water, up the hill on the left, there's some kind of hermit's house. And I remember thinking, God, that must be the coolest place to live. Someday I want to buy that house and just live out in the woods like Thoreau or something. I didn't know until after he had died that that was his house.
I spent a night there once.
Wow.
It was a famous house too.
It was
a famous house.
Famous house.
His wife was home, right.
Famous for...
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And all the things, what do you call those things? They're all wood, you know, where you put wood together.
Beams?
When you put beams together, they were all wooden. Do you remember how old it was?
No, I didn't.
Well, that house actually was almost going to be torn down, and Dorothy, his wife, was on the Fairmount Park Commission. And so they started saying, well, we've got to get people to live in these houses or else they're all going to fall down. And so they actually bought that house for, I understand, for like a song. Maybe
That's a
literally. but yeah, and then they fixed it up. So they really saved it.
Did they find any leftover music? Because,
well, tell me about this.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because, well, no, because after Dorothea died, I guess, when whoever was cleaning out the house, maybe it was Lauren, as they cleaned out everything, someone opened the freezer. And inside the freezer, in tin foil wrapped up, was the Parable for Two Trumpets, which nobody knew about. He had written a fanfare for two trumpets that people knew about. The Parable was an extension of that. And wasn't there a harpsichord piece?
Well, yeah, Simmons in his book only mentions the harpsichord piece. I didn't know the trumpet
Yeah.
parable was in there. The two trumpets.
Mary gave me a beautiful photograph of Persichetti holding a sign, "Watch out for turtles." And I didn't understand this at all. And then right before he died, I think it was just a couple of weeks.
2 weeks before he
2
died.
weeks before
You
he
and I
died,
did.
Larry and I went from New York to visit him. We went up to see him one more time. And when we walked into the house, the first thing he said to me is, "Did you see the turtles?" They were all over the ground, thousands of them. He lived on a hill. It's a nice big hill, like the house was right on top. All the way through, there was these little rivulets of water and thousands of turtles everywhere. I really wonder what happened to those turtles. I'm worried about them.
Oh, I think they just were probably breeding.
Yeah.
Actually, I live not far from there now, and there's an annual migration on the other side of Henry Avenue, and the traffic is sort of stopped and detoured. So I don't know if they're the same type of turtle, but I'm not shocked by the turtle story.
There was also a great bocce court at his house. I hope that's somebody.
Yeah.
Well, that house was significantly renovated after Dorothea passed away. It was quite different now than it was. I haven't seen it in a while, but Vicki, you said you live near there now?
Yeah, but I'm not, I was trying to figure out
Oh,
which
which
was the
it
house.
is, I
And
see.
I have a memory from my youth of knowing that Persichetti lived up on a hill, and I'm trying to associate that with the Wise's Mill, the road that I know. And I'm not quite sure where you go up.
Well, you know, at the end of Walter Simmons' chapter on Persichetti in his book, I think he has a wonderful thing where he says that he's talking about this amalgamation, the all-inclusiveness of Persichetti, and in his heart how he loved everything and how he would love equally, you know, his wife, his daughters, this piece of music, and a family of raccoons. No, indiscriminately, they were all in the same spot in his heart somehow.
And that goes along with, I'm a Jew and I'm a Protestant,
Right,
I'm a Catholic.
that's
It
right.
goes along.